Hey, what is up, people of the internet? My name is Brandasauresrex. So today we're going to be reviewing the S.H MonsterArts Godzilla 1995 Ultimate Burning version. So really quickly, I just want to apologize for the fact that this video is super late. So before we take a look at Godzilla himself, let's take a look at his box. So now that we have the box out of the way, I just want to talk about the things that make this version the ultimate version versus the original. So looking at the eyes of this figure and the head sculpt is exactly the same. There's nothing new there, but the eyes are a different shade of red and orange, which I think is really cool. It gives it a more intense look, and it really does look like Godzilla is absolutely in his absolute final form, and he's about to explode and take the world with him. Moving down ever so slightly, this is one of the highlights to this figure, and it is the burning effect. The burning effect looks absolutely amazing on this figure. I love the subtle hints of orange and red that are mixed together to make the highlighted red portion, which I think looks so cool on the arms and also the thighs, but we'll get there. Moving down to Godzilla's stomach and crotch, again with this burning patch that's on here, looks absolutely amazing, and I love it. I really do love the coloring that's going on here. I wish the original version had these colors so that I could not have to stare at this figure so much. Now moving down ever so slightly, we're going to talk about Godzilla's thighs. Those sexy thighs.
Oh my. Oh my.
Again, with the burning patch that is on his front thigh, I think it looks really cool. And again, I love the coloring that they used for this. I think it looks great. Now moving down, this is the part that I find the most annoying. The feet and the paint on the feet are absolutely jacked up. Get it together, Bandai. You're better than this. Okay, so now spinning the figure around, we are looking at the back of the figure and the dorsal plates. And I have to say that I absolutely love what they did here. I love the orange, red, yellowish look to the dorsal plates. My only thing that I wish is that the smaller dorsal plates that are on the side match the ones that were on the top, and also I wish the colors on the dorsal plates that are on there. So now moving down to the tail, this is my absolute least favorite part of the figure, which is the tail. I actually like the all white tail that the original had, but this is cool too, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. So before I forget to mention, Godzilla does come with some accessory pieces. This is pretty much the only reason why a lot of people are buying this figure is for the accessory pieces. So let's talk about that. So Godzilla comes with 2 pairs of hands, 2 of these open slap hands that I use. I think they're a little bit more expressive in posing and figure photography, which I think looks really great, and the other more lax, chillaxed hands, which I don't really use too much. So Godzilla also does come with 4 different smoke effects that attach to his body in several different places. Starting at the head, we have piece 1, which is basically a collar for Godzilla that basically is a smoke collar for him, and you basically just slide it on from the face. Moving on to his right arm, if you just lean his arm ever so slightly out and downward, you can place the second smoke effect piece there. Moving down to his thigh, we're moving on to smoke piece 3, and you can attach this one by pulling the leg down and in, and you can just pop the piece in and then push the leg back up and it'll hold in place. And the last one, and my least favorite, we're going out to smoke effect 4, and all you have to do is wrap this around the wrist and then pull up until you get to the sleeve part of the elbow, and it'll lock into place. So now that we see some of the differences that the Ultimate Burning version has against the original, let's do some side-by-side comparisons so that you guys can see exactly what are the differences and which figure you think you should pick up. So to wrap this video up with my final thoughts, I have to say that I am not completely sold on this figure, even though I did buy it. I do not think it's worth the $90 that people are shelling out for this thing. I think if you can get it at a discounted price, that would be cool. I'm not a big fan of the orange tail, nor am I a fan of the way the eyes look. They are a little crooked. And overall, I feel like they could have just released an accessory pack like they kind of did the Garuda for the Mechagodzilla, and it would have been perfectly fine. They could have called it the burning, like the burning effect version, and they literally could have sold it to people, and I think people would have bought it, and they would have just had the accessories instead of having a whole nother figure that not a lot of people wanted. I heard people out there clamoring for this figure to be redone and remade, but the price is, from what I know right now, the price isn't even that high for the original, so you still could go out there and find an original for $110, which is basically what this figure would cost you after shipping, if I'm not mistaken. But if you cannot wait to find an older Burning Godzilla and you need your fix for Burning Godzilla because Destroyer is coming out soon, then this would be the Burning Godzilla to get. But honestly, I do not care for this figure, and I hope that one day we'll get a Frost version of this one too, because they're gonna milk this mold as much as they can, including with that Eva figure. Jesus, too many reboots. So this has been another review by Brandasauresrex. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and also don't forget to hit that red button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys the next time.
That's crispy.